Rednick.
Oh wait, Kyokai's in this chapter. 10 out of 10. Jokes aside, I'm actually loving how they're pacing this. Like, they're moving us ever closer each chapter. Like, the passage of time just feels so perfect. They chose not to show us any of the city sieges because that would just end up getting repetitive, and I'm glad they showed us a little bit of what people back at Kanyo are thinking instead. Like, it feels like quite a while since we've actually seen their point of view on things, and it seems like Shohei-kun is at a loss for words as to what's going on right now. But he is the only one that didn't immediately say how crazy it is that they moved past Retsubi, so I'm sure that he knows that Osen is up to something. And you know what, I've got to hand it to Shin this chapter. His stupidity really paid off. Like, he's probably the only person in this manga who would scream out at the Supreme Commander in front of the whole army in such a disrespectful way, demanding that he tells them what's going on. Like, he really stepped out of line right there. And the way Osen appeared in front of him, like, his presence completely overshadowed Shin, and at one point I even thought Shin was gonna drop the glaive out of fear. But you know what, I do have to thank Shin for doing that, because nobody else in the army, not even his son, had the balls to actually ask and find out what's going on in this guy's mind. And to be honest, I'm actually surprised that Osen even gave him an answer in the first place. I feel like the only reason he did so was because he noticed that Shin was the guy that Oiki passed on his glaive to, so I think he low-key acknowledged him. But even then, he didn't really tell us anything. All he said was the next phase of his plan, instead of telling us what actually matters and what the whole purpose of doing this is in the first place. But it's Kyokai's first appearance back into the manga in a while, and she's already figured out what's going on, and that's why she's Bae, in case you were wondering. But yeah, I'm surprised she figured out all of this before 10, especially seeing as 10 has been a lot more central to the story recently. But even though Kyokai said what she said, I'm still in the dark as to what she means by what she said, because she referred to them as locusts, right? And I swear that locusts are a type of grasshopper or something like that. When I think about it, I guess it kind of makes sense, because aren't these particular types of grasshopper known for traveling in swarms and literally devastating cities, like destroying all the vegetation and food supplies and all of that type of stuff? So I guess Osen, as a lot of people pretty much guessed, is going to use these civilians to swarm Gyo and deplete their resources and stuff. Since pretty much every one of those civilians is reaching the point of starvation, I highly doubt Gyo has anywhere near enough space or food to cater to every single one of them. So yeah, all of this seems pretty interesting. Like, I'm really forward to seeing them swarm Gyo. I want to see how Raboku reacts to this. Like, will he actually let them into the city, or will they arrive there before he makes it to Gyo in the first place? Because Osen did time this perfectly, so if there was any possibility of Raboku messing up that plan, I'm sure he planned to get them to Gyo before Raboku arrived there, so before Raboku could actually do anything about it. And as I mentioned before, I like how much time has passed. Like, it seems as though most of the preparation Osen mentioned has been done already, so the next few things that we see from him should be extremely game changing. Like, he should be putting his plan into action now. And I also feel like Yotan was about to go ham once she gets whatever message Osen sent over to her. Like, she's gonna quickly wrap up whatever business she has over there and head straight back over to the rest of the army. But I feel like the most important and the most hype thing about this chapter, in my opinion, is the fact that Raboku has arrived back at Kantan. Like, he's about to start making plays, he's about to mobilize his army, and shit is about to get so real. Like, I can't wait for that. So overall, I'm rating this an 8 out of 10, and bring on the next chapter. Like, shout out to Turnip Farmers for getting this one out on time, man. Like, we really appreciate your hard work. And before I forget, if you haven't already, go check out a live stream that we did over on Malozo's channel a couple of days ago, featuring a bunch of great reactors and YouTubers from the Kingdom community. Like, we discuss our favorite Kingdom strategies, as well as just having fun and talking about the Kingdom series in general towards the end. So yeah, go check that out. The link will be in the description. But before you go, let me know in the comments what you thought about this chapter. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe. Stick around for more of that Kingdom greatness every week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. 1.